What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So we just came back from LA. We picked up an FRS for my brother. He's been looking at it for a couple months now, and this one was really cheap. So cheap we drove to LA, like 7 hours. It looks pretty bad, as you can see, but that's why we got it for the price that we did. So yeah, I mean, paint's super rough. And you know what's funny? We almost didn't want to hit the dude up on OfferUp because he had no reviews, nothing. And that's always sketchy, because like no one has ever met the guy or whatever. But yeah, we picked up this car. It's nice. We went to go see 4 of them, and my brother liked this one the best. It was the first one we saw, so they were like a waste of time. But yeah, come show them around. All right, so the car came with these pretty nice wheels, the drilled rotors, I guess sport brakes, brake calipers, but pretty much it's pretty stock. There's nothing else in here. I think the dash, the little radio dash touchscreen is aftermarket. And I think it's an aftermarket exhaust, which it's not that loud. It's louder than stock, but that's about it. Yeah, and then it comes with a little wing. But yeah, take a peek inside. It's obviously a mess because we just got back from LA. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Alright, so now we picked this up. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The car, the main focus is gonna be the paint. Like you saw, the whole hood is damaged. Pretty much no panel on here has good paint. This one does, but it's got some dings. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the sanding, and let's get this car looking nice. Okay, so my brother has a couple plans for the car. Obviously addressing the paint. He possibly wants to do a wide body kit and then an exhaust system, and then obviously a wing that's like 6 feet tall. But we'll see. So we're gonna jump into sanding to start addressing the paint, because that's like a must for the car because it looks pretty bad. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, so we're not gonna remove the headlights here or any of the little like side markers. I'm just gonna sand close to them, and then we'll go in and remove them later. But for the most part, I'm just gonna sand the big area. Okay, so we ended up moving the car in the back of the house because that's where we're going to be spraying. My brother's over there sanding the last thing, which is the spoiler, or the little ductile, whatever it is. So I started taping off the windows. I still have to do some Bondo work because there are some dings on the car. Like right there. There's some dings right there, so I'm going to have to fix those. But hopefully we can prime today and maybe start painting. But I still have to tape off the wheels too, cover that up, windows, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the Bondo work. Now I'm gonna start closing this place off. Alright, so the car is all taped up. We have paper on the windows, the wheels. We started wet sanding already. For the most part, the Bondo work is almost done. So, I mean, this side is done. Just got to come back and sand it down a little bit. But in the meantime, while that dries, we're sanding the other side of the car. So we're gonna go ahead and keep wet sanding. Okay, so we almost finished sanding the whole bumper. We added some putty just to fill in some of the pinholes that it had from like the rock chips. Well, we're almost done. We're almost ready for primer. Okay, so I'm gonna check to see if it's even with some primer in the can. I'm gonna spray this on and then I'm gonna sand it back down just to see where it needs to be either filled in or sanded more. Now it's going to show some white spots. So it's going to show me the high spots and the low spots. Alright guys, so we're pretty much ready for paint, or primer actually. So we have the whole tent set up. Here's the car. Let me go ahead and stabilize this. Alright, so there's the car. Everything's taped off. We have the walls taped off. We got some 2x4s holding the plastic apart so it doesn't touch the car. Alright, so we got Mikhail here stirring the primer. We're gonna go ahead and start mixing it and get it into the gun and start spraying the primer. It's late in the day, just because it gets too hot in here, and normally we don't want to spray when it's like above 80 degrees inside the booth. Alright, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start tacking the car, get any dust particles that might have gone on while we were mixing the primer, just to make sure there's no imperfections. If you have like a little hair or whatever, you're gonna get like a fisheye of some kind. We're gonna flip the rag.
Alright, so we finished priming, but the paint started cracking in some areas, like little lines, little cracks, and that's because of I guess we didn't really prepare it well, so we went ahead and glazed putty the spots that cracked. Everything, I mean the majority of the car is good, it's just little spots, even back here. Yeah, like all that right there, just started cracking.
Can you see?
So we're just putting glazed putty, and then tomorrow we're going to go ahead and sand it down and then do another coat of primer. But for the most part, I mean the car came out actually pretty good with the primer. But we're just gonna let that dry overnight because it's getting dark anyway, so we can't see. And then tomorrow we'll continue. Alright, so we finished the priming process of the whole car. Right now we covered this area because we're gonna go ahead and first, before we paint the car, we're gonna go ahead and test it on these little parts, which is this is the lip, and then this is a piece that goes underneath the trunk, just to make sure that that we're kind of gonna do a good job. So we're gonna go ahead and paint this first, and then